great news with Azpilicueta's contract last night. Were you surprised? And can you tell us who's unavailable for Everton?
No, not surprised. Not surprised because we were part of the process, and we're very happy. The captain, our skipper, stays on board, and I said many times he embodies everything what Chelsea stands for. He's humble and so successful and competitive at the same time, and he's a legend at the club and can now lead as an example, keep on leading and keep on doing what he did for so many years. So this is very good news for us.
It's a new season with a new owner.
Yeah.
How impressed are you by how Toffoli's been supporting you in the market? Gary Neville has been saying he's been a bit panicky.
Panicking? No, I would describe it as super hard working and learning while on the job, new on the job. So it's pretty much going on, like new ownership, and then stepping in the transfer market is maybe one of the toughest things you can do when you come from outside. But I have nothing but biggest respect and compliments for both Todd and Bedat. They I don't know when they sleep. I think maybe they never sleep, but we have a very honest, very open, very direct line of communication, and the transfers so far speak for itself. We have a delay, of course. Nobody is guilty for that delay. We have a delay because of the sanctions, and the sanctions led to the loss of key players. But like I said, both of the owners who are involved in the daily business do a fantastic job so far, and the transfer market speaks for itself.
And they've been working on the Cucurella deal from Brighton.
Yeah.
What's he going to give you? And are you happy for Levi Colwill to go to Brighton on loan?
Well, it's not done yet. I don't want to tell you that I don't know nothing about it. Of course, the paperwork is in process, and hopefully we can get it finished before noon. And that Marc is our player. Marc is a fantastic player, young player. He's young, hungry, mobile, and a very intelligent player. Can play on several positions in our system, and that's why we hope that the transfer goes through. And then if it goes through, it opens some options, like for Levi Colwill to maybe find some more game time elsewhere.
Obviously Colwill only 19. You like him back there with you. He's such a prospect.
Yes, but it's it's a bit hard to judge him. He came back, and there was not a lot of game time in pre-season to give to him because of a little injury that he caught in training. So we think at the moment the situation is the situation for him in the moment. It's very individual always, and if there is a possibility for him to have a good loan or like a situation where he can develop and improve, we're open for any talks and any solutions.
Thomas, just finally, you've been linked with lots of names, but Aubameyang is someone who scored 79 goals for you at Dortmund. Would you be interested in bringing him back to London?
I would be interested in the 79 goals, actually. We will not comment further. There are a lot of names out there. It's sometimes due to the fact that we discuss a lot of names, and sometimes it's pure speculation, and we will not get involved, as you know.
John Southall, Five Line.
Hi Thomas, how are you?
Hi, I'm fine.
You said about a week ago that you didn't think you were ready for the new season. You've had a week's training here with the players. Where would you say you are now?
We're some steps ahead, some steps further. It was absolutely necessary. Maybe it was also necessary to lose that game, how we lost that game against Arsenal, against a rival in the league, big rival, and who's trying to take our place. So maybe it was a wake-up call for everybody. And since then we stepped up, and as always, the last week before a season is always the season where you feel a new focus, a new excitement, a new level of focus and training. The legs are fresh now, fresher than they have been like when we trained in Florida. And still, I think we are not where we can be, but let's see. We feel ready and competitive for tomorrow. We had a very, very good training week so far, and atmosphere is back to where it was before the Arsenal game. like in the first weeks of pre-season. Then we lost a bit the energy towards the Arsenal game, and after that we needed to digest, like I said. But last week is good, and we feel ready for tomorrow. And I think like this is anyway very important for us that we don't lose the focus and take especially the first week step by step. We took the possibility to prepare the whole week only for Saturday, nothing else, and this is where we are.
How would you describe the pre-season? Has it been a bit frustrating at times? Have you been doing things that you wouldn't normally do or like to do, like getting involved in transfers?
Frustrating is the wrong word, but it was quite challenging, very demanding, also time-wise. Like I was sometimes, like you say, involved in things where I did not spend too much time normally with. So my day is only 24 hours like yours, so sometimes I needed to rely, and I was happy to rely on my staff to do preparations for training, maybe more than I was normally involved with them. But it was needed, it was necessary. I spent many times, a lot of times with our new owners to align our thoughts, to align our ideas, to discuss and rediscuss and our opinions. It was necessary, and it still is like this. So it was needed that I adapt, and it was not frustrating, but quite challenging and time consuming.
Does that mean that you can't do your job properly?
No, I can do my job properly, but some stuff came to it, extra stuff came to it, and we do our job properly, and it decreased. Like with every day we know each other better, and with every day like the communication gets clearer, and since we're here is business as usual, plus some extra stuff regarding the transfers. And
just looking at the bigger picture in the Premier League, can anybody get close to Man City or Liverpool this season? Or Chelsea?
I struggle a little bit to keep our ambitions down. I don't want to lower our ambitions, and I struggle also a little bit to put the pressure on us to say yes we can, because I believe we are a club in transition still. We are a team in transition still, and at the same time I don't wanna limit us from the beginning and say it's not possible, because who knows what's possible. But it is for me possible in both directions. So we should be humble and try hard to be the best version of ourselves. I think then I can only speak for us. Then we have the capacity to win football games and consecutive football games in Premier League, and this is what we try to do. We are very well aware of the quality of Liverpool and Man City. I am very well aware of the quality of Tottenham, Arsenal, Man United, and this is normally 1-2 teams step up surprisingly, like maybe, and overperform. So this is Premier League. That's why it's so exciting. And like I said, I don't wanna put a limit to our expectations right now, and at the same time, I don't wanna put too much pressure on us. I don't think that we're in a moment where it would help us.
Thank you. Moose, talk small.
Just following on from that, I mean, you say you're a club in transition and you don't want to put pressure on yourselves, but there is as much pressure from behind now with Arsenal and Spurs and what they've spent in the transfer window, looking to knock you out in the top 4, as there is from you trying to get above Liverpool and City.
I think that Tottenham and Arsenal showed in pre-season and showed in the transfer market, and Man United showed in pre-season and transfer markets what their ambition is, and I think they have a clear target to catch us and to get closer to the top 2 teams. This is for me very, very clear. They're and we are in the middle of it, and it helps nothing if we break our heads about the other teams. We need to be ready for Saturday, and we need to and we will be ready, and we will take advantage of the start of the season where we have a full week to prepare, and this is where the focus is. I think we will step by step. It seems that we have a very competitive team. I'm very happy with the players to make who came and make our squad stronger, and with what they bring to this team. And this is where the focus is. The players came late. We are in a bit of a delay. So the players came late, still need to adapt, still players to come in. So it is a kind of a disadvantage. But for Saturday we have the guys that we have, and we rely on them, and we will push them to the limit. And I think we can be ready to win a tough match in Everton.
You have nobody at the moment wearing the number 9 shirt. I think I'm right in saying that.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Does that mean you're going to play with a false, what I would call a false number 9, so Kai Havertz, Raheem Sterling? And regarding the latter, how surprised were you that you were able to sign him during the summer?
Who, Raheem? Surprised is maybe also not the right word. I mean, like any player who has a 1-year contract, and there were rumors, there were like signs that it could be possible, and any player with a 1-year contract, you can try. And very, very soon we had the feeling, and it was clear that he from our point of view would be a perfect fit for us in this stage of his career. And he gave us the feeling that he would be absolutely happy to make this step and step up into a new chapter, into a new club, and take even more responsibility in this stage of his career. So once we had this feeling and this feedback, we tried, and we succeeded, which is for us very, very important. He is one of our offensive players. If we play in the same structure with our 3 offensive players, I think it will be very fluid. It can be Kai, it can be him, it can be Timo Werner, it can be also Armando Broja, who's now in the squad. So different profiles, different type of playing. I think that both teams, Liverpool and City, showed that it's possible to be very, very successful with a fluid type of offensive player on the 9 position. We go from there.
And finally, it's a World Cup year. So are you taking the season as part 1, break for World Cup, part 2? How are you dealing with it? Because no one's ever had this before.
Yeah, and hopefully not after, because it does not make so much sense. You feel it. The players are very focused on this World Cup already, which is a good thing, because they come in shape. They take care about themselves, but it's, how can I say, it's also a bad thing if you want to, because they are focused on World Cup and not like here. So a part of them, I have the feeling, is already thinking about November, and we will see how it influences the players and the performances in October, when it gets closer and closer. Then it will be, for me, a huge impact emotionally and physically on the guys who go to World Cup. So they will come back drained, physically drained, but also mentally, like with big success, with big emotions, positive emotions, or huge disappointment. You never know. And right away, 4 days, 5 days later, we have Boxing Day. So let's see. Nobody did it before, as you said, and we feel already in the talks with the players the excitement for the World Cup, which is normal and a good thing. We try to turn it around, to use it for us, but as I said, I'm a bit uncertain about all this.
Have a good season.
Thank you very much.
Davide?
Coach, I'm Davide Chinelas of the new UK correspondent for La Gazzetta dello Sport. My question is about Coulibaly. What made you decide it was the perfect guy for you, and how you can use him in your system?
Well, we followed him for many years. Me personally, my staff, we followed him for many years. We tried many times and were never successful, because it's very hard to get players from Napoli who are well known for the fact that they keep their squad together. He was a leader. We had good informations about him, of course, from Edu, from our goalkeeper, from Jorginho, who knew him from Napoli. And we got always the same feedback. Fantastic guy, leader in the dressing room, calm, calm and a role model. And when you dig in and start looking at his games, analyzing his games, you see the quality in defending, you see the quality in body positioning, in timing of defending. He's using both feet, right foot, left foot for build up. He's confident, he's mobile and very experienced. So when we had the chance, we went for it. It was our top priority, and very happy that he's with us.
Okay, last two, Nick and then Alison to finish.
Thomas, on with Marc's potential deal, would a benefit of that be it might take a little bit of pressure off Ben Chilwell, because obviously we know when a player comes back from surgery on the ACL, it sometimes takes a number of months, doesn't it, for a player to get back to their very best.
Yeah.
So, will that sort of one be, will it take Ben a bit of time, but two also will it help to have extra depth?
Yes, absolutely. It helps in depth, and it helps especially for Ben to escape the pressure of I have to deliver and we need you absolutely now. We have, of course, at the moment also on this position Marcos Alonso and Kennedy and Emerson. But hopefully, when things go hopefully through, Marcus is the option on this position, and he can play, I think, very well in the back three. So it's a bit the profile of Aspi with the left foot, and he gives us many options. And especially for Ben, he's very, very ambitious. Like always, he couldn't wait to come back to team training. He looks better and better, and at the same time it seems that he needs a little bit more time to adapt to the rhythm and physicality of the match itself, which is absolutely normal. It's not only about training and training exercises and little pitches. It's at the end a very, very demanding league, and we have to take care about him. It's our responsibility. Then we just not throw him in and see what's coming. And I mean, he is impatient, and we will never expect him to be fully patient. But he knows, we speak a lot about it, that everything needs its time, and he will get the time. And still, we will try to put him on the pitch as soon as possible, because he is and he was and is a huge asset for us on the left side with his speed and repetition of intensity.
Last question in this section, Alison.
Hi Thomas.
Hi.
Happy new season.
Thanks.
Good to see you again. We spoke about it a little bit before, about the fact that it's a World Cup year, the fact that there are 5 substitutes. Do you think that it makes your job as a manager a little bit more difficult? Are you thinking more long-termist rather than game by game? Will it help some of the younger players back, so maybe Conor Gallagher and Royer and Shoemaker that you signed, to have more opportunity?
To change?
Yeah.
Yes, I like it a lot, and I mean, we were the only league who did not use it, so I felt it also as a disadvantage in Champions League matches when opponents came from their leagues and had 5 changes available, and we didn't. I think we can now use this option, and gives you, as a coach, the possibility to use more players, to have more impact tactically and physically into the game. I think it gives, of course, the players more chance for game time, which is key also, and is a huge factor in being satisfied and bringing your constantly your good energy, even if you maybe not start so often. So yeah, we can reward players for their performance in training or in games. The other question was about the World Cup.
Yeah, I just wonder if it changes your focus as a manager, because I know a lot of managers like to think game by game.
Yeah.
You've got to think of this period, obviously, that's going to really affect your season.
No, in the opposite, because we are, like what I explained before, like not only because of the World Cup, but also because of how we see ourselves and of our bit of delay and the sanctions and the change of ownership. We allow ourselves the luxury to just dig in week by week now into this season, and this is how we agree, like how we we decided in the staff and how we communicated it also to the team. Let's take this opportunity and go week by week. So this full week was dedicated to Everton, and the whole next week will be dedicated in everything what we do, how we act, and what we train. Will be the focus will be on Tottenham and then on Leeds. This is like actually how we start this season, and from there we go.
Okay, that's the end of the broadcast section.
About Everton, just because we haven't actually spoken about the game itself.
Is it a game?
Good point. Good point.
Go on then, quick one.
The first, just is it any other game, another 3 points? So obviously there's special relevance to Chelsea fans because of Lampard.
Yeah.
For you, do you use that at all in your sort of motivation or your team talks?
No, we played very late last season in Everton, and we lost, and we remember very well, and we need nothing more to know what's coming. Fantastic atmosphere, very emotional crowd, very emotional team, and of course we know some familiar faces on the other side of the bench. The bench is not so far away in Everton. And still we have nothing but respect for Frank and for his staff, and there are a lot of people with Chelsea history, and it was very respectful between the two benches, and it will be, but it will at the same time be very competitive. Like I said, it was a very late game in the season, and we lost it, and we absolutely do not like to lose, and we even dislike it more to lose twice. So we know what's coming, and we will be ready.